A family poses for a photograph in front of their house. A moment frozen in 1910. 6 faces on the prairie. Still, proud, unmoving. But 100 years later, a grandson zooms in on that photo. And what he finds in the shadows would unravel everything the Willix family believed. About their past, about their inheritance, and about the house they thought was theirs. The Willix house was older than memory. A prairie cabin weathered by a century of storms, hand-built by ancestors who'd survived drought, war, and worse. Irene Willix, the matriarch and final keeper of the family's oral history, had just passed away. And with her, the stories were gone. A week later, her children sat inside the county courthouse, faces drawn, eyes flicking across legal pads, as lawyers debated the future of their ancestral land. Behind the judge, the photo. A symbol of pride, a talisman of belonging. Until now. Now, it was evidence. Judge gravelly. We're not here to arbitrate stories. We need a legally recognized boundary, or this land gets liquidated to pay off debts. The Finchams, neighbors for generations. And now, legal challengers. Their lawyer came armed. Survey maps from 1912, a half-burned letter, a blurry reference to a boundary post near the Willix porch, marked with the initials, E.F. Elijah Fincham. The Willixes had nothing definitive, just a brittle tax ledger, an old quilt, and that photograph. Lawyer Arlen Bishop. Matthew, he said, turning to the youngest grandchild, you work in software, right? If there's anything left to find, it's in that photo. Scan it. Enhance it. Look for initials. A post. A shadow. Most thought it was desperation. But Matthew Willix had nothing to lose, and everything to prove. That afternoon, Matthew scanned the image with care. Every crack in the porchwood. Every wrinkle on his great-grandfather's hands. But the doorway behind them? Just a void. Pitch black. Like something had been swallowed there. It's nothing, he told himself. Just shadow. But something about it chilled him. Like whatever waited in that shadow was still watching, still waiting. Over the next 2 weeks, the Willix family clung to hope. Matthew enhanced the photo. Ruth made late-night calls. Uncle Gary grumbled about weeds and lawyers, but still combed county archives. Julie, Matthew's cousin and a self-taught genealogist, joined the hunt. Together, they tried AI image tools, contrast adjustments, pixel deep dives. Group chat visual. Gary. Looks like a coat rack. Julie. Could be a post? Matthew. Nothing clear yet. Still, the doorway stayed dark. Silent. Unyielding. Then came a twist. Dr. Lillian Crane from the Historical Society uncovered a 1911 newspaper mention of a spring at the front door of the Willix house. Hope surged. Maybe the article would tilt the case, but the Finchams called it hearsay. The judge wanted photographic evidence. Nothing else would hold. By late April, desperation crept in. The photo had become both lifeline and tombstone. That's when Julie said 5 words that changed everything. What if you invert it? Matthew let the software run overnight. He couldn't even watch. At dawn, he stared at the screen, half dreading what he'd see. There it was, a faint edge, a post, almost indistinguishable from static, until he zoomed in. The initials, 2 of them, raw, carved deep. E.F. Elijah Fincham. It was over. The initials matched the Fincham surveyor's book exactly. Every loop, every curve. Not just a match, a timestamp. The photo was taken in 1910 during the original boundary dispute. Julie, whispering. Do we have to show them? Gary, low, bitter. Maybe we don't. Ruth, firm. We do. The truth mattered, even if it hurt. This image provides direct photographic evidence of the boundary post, marked EF, confirming the Fincham claim. The Wilcox claim is no longer sustainable. There was no ceremony, no goodbye, just the rhythm of sorting. Heirlooms, faded quilts, wooden toys, all reminders of a legacy lost to one detail buried in a shadow. The Finchams didn't celebrate. Victory brought no joy, just silence and the weight of a century-old feud ending with a whisper. Matthew avoided the house after that. He answered fewer calls, worked longer hours. His skill had revealed the truth, but that truth had cost them everything. The photo no longer looked like history, it looked like a warning. Sometimes, the proof we seek is not the comfort we imagine. Sometimes, history doesn't pick the side with the better story, just the one with clearer shadows. So, look again, at your old family photos, the dusty portraits, the forgotten frames. What secrets might be hiding in your shadows? What truth is waiting just inside the doorway? If this story hit home, or if you've uncovered something strange in your own family's past, tell us in the comments. And subscribe for more untold histories, family mysteries, and the photographs that still speak if you know where to look.